Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavala Bhagivardhari Gopi Janavala Bhagivardhari Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavala Bhagivardhari Gopi Gopi Janavala Bhagivardhari Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavala Bhagivardhari Gopi Gopi Janavala Bhagivardhari Yashoda Nandana Brajasana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajana 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 Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Thai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajika Charja Astutarshta Sri Shrimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charna Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajika Charja Astutarshta Sri Shrimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Mar Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai. Prem Sukaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasti Gaur Bhaktavinda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Kunja Bihari Ji ki Jai. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the Samud devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the Samud devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the Samud devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. It's too loud. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam. Whole system is too loud. Take the system down. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasa Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Praishu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 2, chapters entitled Hiranyakashipu, King of the Demons. Today we're reading text number 57. Do we have a Hindi translation today? Yeah, it's going on outside. Chalte. Evam yuyam apashyantya. Is that correct? What is this? 56. Sorry, I studied for the wrong verse. All right. Text 56. Oh, there's no purport for text 56. That's why I studied for text 57. But we'll chant text 56. Evam kulingam vilapantam arati. Evam kulingam vilapantam arat. Priya viyogataram ashrukantam. Priya viyogataram ashrukantam. Sa eva tam shaknuka. Sa eva. Please turn the sound system down. Hare Krishna. Sa eva tam shakunika sharena. Sa eva tam shakunika sharena. Vidyada kala prahito vilinaha. Vivyada kala prahito vilinaha. Evam kulingam valapantam arat. Priya viyogataram ashrukantam. Sa eva tam shakunika sharena. Vivyada kala prahito vilinaha. Please chant. Evam kulingam vilipantamarat Priyaviyogataram ashrukantam Saevatam shakunika sharena Vidyadakala prahito vilinaha Evam kulingam vilapantamarat Priyaviyogataram asrukantam Saevatam shakunika sharena Vidyadakala prahito vilinaha Evam kulingam vilapantamarat Priyaviyogataram ashrakantam Saevatam shakunika sharena Vidyadakala prahito vilina Vaishnavis Evam kulingam valapantamarat Priyaviyogataram ashrukantam Saevatam shakunika sharena Vidyadakala prahito vilinaha Try one octave up. Evam kulingam. It'll work better for you. Try, Kuro. Okay. Evam. Thus. Kulingam. The bird. Vilapantam. While lamenting. Arat. From a distance. Priya. Viyoga, because of the loss of his wife. Ataram, very aggrieved. Ashru, kantam, with tears in the eyes. Saha, he, that hunter. Eva, indeed. Tam, him, the male bird. Shakunikaha, who could kill even a vulture, Sharena, by an arrow, Vidyada, pierced, Kala Prahitaha, being moved by time, Vilinaha, hidden. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Because of the loss of his wife, the Kulinga bird lamented with tears in his eyes. Meanwhile, following the dictations of mature time, the hunter, who was very carefully hidden in the distance, released his arrow, which pierced the body of the Kulinga bird and killed him. Text 57. Evam yuyam apasyantya atmatpayam abudhayaha nainam pripasyata shochantiyaha patim varsha shater api evam, thus, yuyam, you, apasyantyaha, not seeing, Atma apayam, own death. Abudayaha, O ignorant ones. Na, not. Enam, him. Prapasyata, you will obtain. Shochantiyaha, lamenting for. Patim, your husband. Varshashatahi, for 100 years. Api, even. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Thus Yamaraj, in the guise of a small boy, told all the queens, you are all so foolish in that you lament, but you do not see your own death. Afflicted by a poor fund of knowledge, you do not know that even if you lament for your dead husband for hundreds of years, you will never get him back alive, and in the meantime, your lives will be finished. Please repeat after me. Thus Yamaraj, in the guise of a small boy, told all the queens, you are all so foolish that you lament, but do not see your own death, afflicted by a poor fund of knowledge. You do not know that even if you lament for your dead husband for hundreds of years, you will never get him back alive. And in the meantime, your lives will be finished. Purport. Yamaraj once asked Maharaj Yudhishthira, what is the most wonderful thing within this world? Maharaj Yudhishthira replied from the Mahabharata, Vanaparva 313.116, Ahani ahani bhutani gachantiha yamalayam shesha stavaram ichanti kim ascharyam atatparam. Hundreds and thousands of living entities meet death at every moment, but a foolish living being nonetheless thinks himself deathless and does not prepare for death. This is the most wonderful thing in this world. Everyone has to die because everyone is fully under the control of material nature. Yet everyone thinks that he is independent, that whatever he likes, he can do, that he will never meet death, but live forever, and so on. So-called scientists are making various plans by which living entities in the future can live forever. But while they are thus pursuing such scientific knowledge, Yamaraj, in due course of time, will take them away from their business of so-called research. Evam yuyam apasyantya atmapayam abudhayaha nainam prishyata sochantiyaha patim varsha shater api. Om jnana timrandasya jnananjana shalakaya Chakshur unmilitam jena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha Shri Chaitanya manobishtam Shtapitam yena bhutale Svayam rupa kadamayam Dadhati svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So it is my great honor and pleasure to be here today in ISKCON Pune in Shri Shri Radha Kunj Bihari Mandir. Before we continue, I humbly request all the devotees to have a beautiful darshan of Shri Shri Radha Kunj Bihari Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai. Also, humble request, Om Namo Cell phone ban karo. Everyone, please put your cell phones on silent mode. Mute your notifications. This will help to enhance the dhyan, the focus on the sacred Srimad Bhagavatam. So this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, we're reading Canto 7, Chapter 2. The chapter is entitled, please mute your notifications. Hiranyakashipu, King of the Demons. Today, text 56 and 57. Before I continue, I also seek the blessings of all the devotees present today. Kripaya aap sab ashirwad dijiye. Thank you so much. Sachinanda Prabhu is here, so many senior Vaishnavas, Hayagriva Prabhu. So, came here for your 50th birthday, came a few days early, looking forward to the festival. Hare Krishna. So this section of Srimad Bhagavatam is a wonderful discourse by Hiranyakashipu Maharaj. So Hiranyakashipu is speaking amazing transcendental knowledge here that we're not this body, we're a spirit soul. And the body is here today but gone tomorrow, but the soul is eternal. It's almost as if Hiranyakashipu is quoting from amazing literatures of Bhagavad Gita, like the body is here, but today, gone tomorrow, soul is eternal. Please repeat after me. Na tvam evaham jatu nasam. Na tvam evaham jatu nasam. Na tvam neme janadipaha. Na chaiva na bhavishamaha. Sarve Vayam Ataparam. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor will there ever be a time when any of us cease to be. So body is here today, gone tomorrow, but the soul is eternal. Najayate mriyate va kadachid, najayate mriyate va, na bhutva na bhava na va na bhuyaha, ajo nicham shasvato yam parano, nahanyate hanyamane shire. That Najayate mriyate vakadacha, for the soul, there's never birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. And at the time of death, nahanyante hanyamane sharire, at the time the body is finished, the soul will continue to live. The soul is eternal, shasvat, it's eternal. Now, despite all this knowledge, we tend to think that we will live together forever. We think there's no end to our life, even in this body. Why is that? Because we're under illusion. We're subject to Maya. Devi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Dhiratyaya, Mameva Ye Pram Prapadyante, Maya Me Tantarantite. Devi Esha Gunamayi. Krishna says that this Devi Esha Gunamayi, it's Mama Maya, it's my energy. And Duratyaya, it's very, very difficult to overcome. How do we overcome? Mam eva ye prapadyante, maya me tam tarantite. By surrendering unto Krishna, we can overcome this illusion of Maya, of thinking that we're going to live forever. How to surrender to Krishna? Sarva dharman prityaja, mamekam sharanam vraja, aham tvam sarva papebhyo, mokshaishami ma suchaha. Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear, Masuchaha. So the best way to surrender to Krishna in Kali Yuga is the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy names. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. Through this chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in the previous section of Srimad Bhagavatam, we heard how Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev. And his brother Hiranyakashipu was so furious, so angry. His nephews were lamenting, the wives of Hiranyaksha were lamenting. So Hiranyakashipu began preaching to them. And in his preaching, he told them, you're the spirit soul, don't lament. It was just like a Bhagavad Gita class. It was like, Asolchan anvasochas twam, Asolchan anvasochas, Pragyavadam subhasyase, Gatasum zagatasums cha, Nanusochati panditaha. Krishna said to Arjuna, oh Arjuna, You are speaking like learned words, but you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. The wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. So don't lament. But these relatives of Hiranyaksh, they were lamenting and lamenting. So then Hiranyakashipu used one of the great practices of the preacher. He told a story. He told a story about a king, and the king had so many wives, and they were lamenting the death of the king. They wouldn't leave the king. The king was dead, but they wouldn't send him to the Smashan Ghat. They were just holding on to him. They were so attached. They were crying and crying. They would not let go. So then Yamaraj comes in the form of a small boy, and he preaches to these queens. And whenever a small child preaches, everyone listens very closely. So it's a good strategy. Yesterday I was in NVCC. They have a big school there. So many children. So it's good. They're being trained up to be powerful preachers. So even at a young age, if they can preach, that's very, very good. So Yamaraj is preaching in the form of a small child, and they're listening. And Yamaraj tells a story of the Kulinga bird. And the Kulinga bird, he's with his Kulinga bird wife and family. There are small little birds in the nest. Cheep, 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 cheep. They're so cute birds. His heart is just fully in love with his wife and his birds. And then a hunter comes and shoots his wife, shoots the Kalinga ladybird. She dies, and he begins to cry. He's so much attached to her. And the small baby birds, cheep, cheep, cheep. And he's thinking, what will happen to the baby birds? My wife is gone. What will happen to them? Alas, alas, alas. Aho, aho, aho. And he's lamenting and lamenting. And while he's lamenting, the hunter, who's carefully hidden behind a tree, takes his opportunity to shoot at the male Kalinga bird. Ah! And the Kalinga bird falls to the ground, also dead. And this brings us to today's verse, where Yamaraj, he says, see, we cannot stop the forces of death. We cannot stop the force of time. Death is inevitable. It happens to everyone. And then Yamaraj, he gets really heavy on the queens, and he says, even if you lament for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, you cannot bring back your husband. You cannot stop death. So this is the fact that we're hearing in today's verse. Evam yam apashyanti. Apashyanti means you cannot see. Pashyanti means to see. In today's verse, apashyantya means you cannot see, O queens. What is it they cannot see? Atmapayam. Your own death is going to come, but you cannot see it. Why? Abudhayaha. No buddhi. Buddhi nehi hai. Just ignorance. You don't have buddhi, that's why apashyantya. You cannot see your own death. Nainam prapsyata. You obtain that death. Shonchantaha. You are lamenting. Asochan anvasochastram. Socha. You're lamenting for the death of your husband. Patim, your husband. Even if you lament for how long? Varsha shatai. Varsha means years, and shatai means exol, 100 years. Even if you lament for 100 years, nothing will happen. You don't see your own death. You lament for 100 years, still you will die. So Yamaraj is preaching very, very strongly to these queens. And Prabhupada writes in the purport today, Yamaraj once asked Maharaj Yudhisthira, what is the most wonderful thing within this world. Maharaj Yudhisthira replied, Ahantyahani bhutani kanchantiha yamalayam shesha stavaram ichanti kim ascharyam ataparam. Hundreds and thousands of living entities meet death at every moment, but a foolish living being nonetheless thinks himself deathless and does not prepare for death. Ahani ahani bhutani. This is a very famous verse. Many of our pracharaks, our preachers often quote this verse. Prabhupada is quoting it here. So we think that we're not going to die. It's just Brahm. It's just illusion. Like we mentioned before, it's because we're in Maya. So how to see that we're going to die? So one good thing is we hear about the Smashan Ghat, renunciation. Recently, I visited the Smashan Ghat for the first time in my life, because I'm coming from the US, and in the US, mostly we bury our dead. We see a lot of cemeteries, people are buried, there are crosses, there are flags, but we don't see many burnings. And actually one time I went to a crematorium in the UK. His Grace, one Prabhupada disciple, great preacher, he had left his body. He was preaching in Africa and UK. Tribhuvanath Prabhu. So I went for his, when they burned him, they put him in a big box, a casket, big expensive box, about to be burned. And they put it on a moving belt, and there was like oven, electric oven. And they played Govindam Aripurusham Tamaham Bhajami. And the box slowly moved into the oven, and the oven was switched on. And then after some time on the other side, you got some ashes, like that. So it's different from India. India is like, there were like 5 or 6 places where people were simultaneously burning their dead. The dead person comes in on the palki, you know, people are coming, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai. And we were chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then the body is put on the place where they light the fire. And while we were doing this kirtan and the ceremony, the last rites of Param Puja, Rup Raghunath Swami Maharaj in Ujjain, then simultaneously, a lot more palikis were coming, one after another. They were like, it was like a parking lot. They're driving in, parking the car, burning, and then another car would come and park there. So many bodies were coming in. It's like a never-ending stream of bodies. In through the indoor, out through the outdoor. Ana, jana, coming, going. That's this life. We're born, we live, and then this body is died. Khatam ho gaya. Right? Dehinos min yata dehe. Dehinos min komaram yovanam jara. Tatade hantara praptir. Dirhas tatra namuyati. As the embodied soul in this body passes from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at the time of death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. So the Atma is moving into another body. So we think we're not going to die, but definitely we die, this body dies, and then the Atma will move to the next destination. So many scientists, Prabhupada concludes the purport by saying that so-called scientists are making various plans by which living entities in the future can live forever. Live forever, right. But while they are thus pursuing such scientific knowledge, Yamaraj, in due course of time, will take them away from their business of so-called research. So they're doing their research, and they say, we'll make you live forever. But this is just we say pipe dream. It's just a dream. It's just a hallucination. So this is false. Srila Prabhupada compares this logic to the logic of the post-dated check. The scientists, they say, we will make you live to forever. We are doing research now. By the end of 2029 or 2039, we will have the solution to death. You will be able to live forever. We asked them, can you do this now? Show us. They say, no, not now, but we are doing research. Just be patient. Just a short amount of time. We will give you the cure for death. And all the people say, Haribo! They think that we'll get the cure for death, but it will never happen. Prabhupada says this is a post-dated check. Now let's say I have this nice alarm clock and I have it for sale. I will sell it to you for $1,000. Are you ready? For me, please. Okay. All right. But I don't have $1,000. I will give you a check for $1,000. There's no money in my account now. But I promise you I will go and do some bhiksha and I will get $1,000 within 2 days. Are you ready? No. Because this is a post-dated check. They have no proof now. They say they'll provide proof in the future, but no proof is available. So therefore, these scientists are nonsense. And Yamaraj will also take them. So what do we learn from this, dear devotees? We learn that our lives in this world are very limited and temporary. By performing devotional service, we can get real benefit that will benefit us in this life and in future lives if required. Neha bikramo nashosti, neha bikramo pratyavayana vidyate, swa alpam apasya dharmasya, chayate mahato bayat. In this endeavor of devotional service, there's no loss, there's no diminution, and even a little advancement on this path will save us from the most dangerous type of fear. So we do our bhakti, we chant Hare Krishna, we do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. We do bhakti yoga. We do our best. We serve the Vaishnavas. We serve Guru. And whatever we leave behind, whatever we can leave behind in this world, that will be our benefit. What permanent result, what real substantial benefit can we leave in this world? Srila Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what will happen when you die? Prabhupada, unlike the scientists, said, I will never die. I will live forever in my books. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Srila Prabhupada has left us this wonderful collection of Vedic literature, which is real knowledge. And Srila Prabhupada is living forever in his books. So because Prabhupada has left a substantial contribution in this world, he will actually live forever. So I want us all now to introspect at this time. I want you to think of the day when your body is lying in that smashan ghat and your body is burned. Everyone close your eyes. Picture this incident. Your body is brought in on the palki. Devotees are chanting Hare Krishna. They put you down. They pile wood around your body. The flames are lit. Your body is consumed by the flames. Devotees are chanting and chanting and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Later in the evening, back here at the temple, all the devotee congregation gathers to speak about your life, please think now carefully. What are they saying about you? What are the benefits that you have left behind for society? Who are those people whose lives you have touched and they have touched you? Okay, please slowly open your eyes. Welcome back from the Smashan Ghat. Welcome back from the land of the dead to the land of the living. So, as Yamaraj is explaining here, we all have to die, and no amount of lamentation for others will prevent that. Let us make our lives meaningful by practicing devotional service, and let us make our lives meaningful by leaving a substantial contribution to society. Let us touch others' lives in a beneficial way by distributing Krishna consciousness, and let our lives also be benefited by receiving the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his followers. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. According to my $1,000 clock, we have a few minutes for questions and answers. Does anyone have any comments or questions? Yes, Prabhu?
Thank you, Maharaj, for a very wonderful session. So, Maharaj, I was wondering, when we are in non-devotee association, remembering Krishna is very, very tough, at least for me. So at time of death, like Prabhupada says, it is equivalent to 40,000 scorpions biting at the same time. So in that painful condition, how do we remember Krishna and go back to Godhead? So can you please explain, Maharaj? Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your question. Question, if I understand you correctly, is how do we remember Krishna at the time of death, despite the difficult situation? So I remembered of one video of the departure of Stoka Krishna Prabhu. Who here has seen that video, Departure of Stoka Krishna Prabhu? I recommend this video. Fantastic video. It shows the departure of one young devotee who had a cancer or some other terrible disease. He left his body at a very young age. But he was so blessed that he left his body in the temple, in the ashram, and he was surrounded by so many devotees and his spiritual master. And at the time of death, all the devotees were loudly chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now the question comes, will devotees do that for us? Right? Stoka Krishna Gop Prabhu was fortunate, but will devotees do that for us? Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj gives 4 key principles for community development. One of them is to always remember that the devotees in our community who we are with right now are very likely the devotees that will be with us at the time when we are leaving our bodies. So it's very important to cultivate good relationships, loving dealings, and friendships with all the devotees around us in our community, because they will be the devotees when we are leaving our body that will be by our side with the mercy of Krishna, loudly chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Maharaj. Just a follow-up question. Like some devotees die in accident or they are in coma for many days and they leave the body. In that case, will they go back to Godhead?
Will devotees in a coma go back to Godhead? Krishna ki icha. It's Krishna's desire. If Krishna desires them to go back to Godhead, they will. If Krishna desires that they take birth again in the material world, they will. But Krishna, Suridam Sarva Bhutanam, is our best friend, and he'll make a good arrangement for us if we're just sincere and try to serve him and his devotees. Does that answer your question? Thank you very much. Maybe we have time for one more question or ek prashna hai? Okay, thank you so much. Time is up. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna, let us thank His Holiness Sri Krishna Chaitanya Swami Maharaj by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And I wish one benediction from all of you. When I am leaving my body, please come and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Maharaj has done so much preaching in Poland and America, everywhere, which is His Holiness Indrumna Swami Maharaj, and also now also here in India so much. So there will be lakhs of devotees will be there.
Yeah, if they can take a flight, and if I don't leave by accident, like Prabhuji is saying, it could happen anytime. I have some Nisinga oil here, so everyone please come for Nisinga oil. Yeah, okay.